So, last night was July 4th, 2025, and you saw me make a video where I was wearing my black ear defenders and I was filing my fingernails with this emery board, just like this, just filing my nails, looking at them, while fireworks were going kaboom outside. And they were not little fireworks that go pop, pop, pop either. They were the big mortars that go boom. And they were just going off and going off. Somebody was having a blast out there. And like on July 4th and New Year's Eve, midnight, I don't mind. Because that's when I expect to hear that kind of noise. But here's the thing. I was wearing the ear defenders and I was acting normal in the sense that I was filing my nails and I wasn't too bothered. So, the point I was trying to make there is that ear defenders are accessibility. Because they allowed me to calmly file my fingernails, instead of being a mess of fear and anxiety from all the noise and the pain of the noise. Because without the ear defenders, I would have either had my fingers in my ears all night or I would have been like, that all night long. I don't speak for all autistic people, only me, in this sense that sometimes stimming can actually be disruptive to trying to do what I want to do. Like I was just trying to file my fingernails after I'd taken a shower because they always seem to catch on things, and so I want to file them. But because of the noise, I would not have been able to do even that simple task. But because of the ear defenders, I could. So, like, ear defenders are accessibility for autistic people because what they do is they don't, render me completely unable to hear anything. They just reduce the noise. They create, a buffer. So, there are some sounds that I probably will not hear very much of. But the really loud sounds do not cut through my skull and turn my brain into jello, which that's the goal. And I might have to sacrifice a lot of my ability to hear. If someone comes and talks to me, I have to take the ear defenders off to really hear them unless they come up to me and basically shout at me, which that can be awkward. Or in the case of my dad, he can't really yell for a long period of time, so I have to take my ear defenders off to even hear him because most of the time he talks at kind of a whisper because Parkinson's disease, which was really frustrating. I should say is, not was, it is, but that's not his fault. He can't help it. But the point is that I didn't spend the whole night in pain because I had a way to protect myself from the noise. So, if there is an autistic person in your life and they put on ear defenders, that's not a sign that they hate you. It's not a sign that they don't want to hear what you have to say. It's just a sign that it's kind of too loud and it hurts my ears. I need to put a buffer on for a while. It's like putting on armor. It makes it easier to tolerate. Because while stimming in and of itself is not a bad thing, because I don't want anybody to assume that I am saying stimming is bad, because stimming is not bad. But for me, sometimes it can be disruptive, like I said. Because I can't file my fingernails if I'm doing this, just trying to stand the noise. I can't file my fingernails or, pick up stuff on my floor if I'm punching myself in the head because I'm in pain. So, sorry, I did not mean to vocal fry. I'm having allergies. But, I don't want to be punching myself in the head, all night long because that's not fun. Self-injurious behavior is not fun at all. It hurts. And so if you deny an autistic person ear defenders and then get mad at them because they are acting weird, that makes you kind of ableist. Just saying, that makes you ableist because You're denying them accommodations and then expecting them to behave like a neurotypical, and that's not going to happen. And ear defenders don't turn me into a pseudo neurotypical either. I'm still going to be autistic and socially awkward, but at least my sensory world is safer for me. So when you deny autistic people their accommodations and then punish them for behaving in an autistic way, do you see the problem? Do you? Because sometimes we can't come to your level, but you can at least accommodate us so that we can kind of be on your wavelength, but we'll never be on your wavelength. Just like you'll never be on ours, but you could always come to our wavelength. You know, you could come closer to our wavelength, I guess. You know, just accommodate us. Be quiet for a couple minutes if we ask for it. If we say, shh, just be quiet. Especially when there's fireworks. You know, don't come in asking us all kinds of questions. Because I don't want to have to lift my ear defenders off and get blasted by a gigantic boom outside. So anyway, all that is just to say that ear defenders are accessibility.